Went to the heats in Nottingham. There was 3 of us from our company then got involved. We then definitely give it a go. It will do wonders for your confidence, for your skills, and then COVID put it back a year, so then it was 6 years. Okay. But that 6 years goes so quick. Yeah. So quick. And then
on today's episode of SGTV, I'm joined once again by Demi Whitehead, who actually joined us before on the show at the back end of 2023, where she was prepping for her finalist position at SkillELECTRIC. So we thought we'd get her back in because, I mean, you're also blowing up on TikTok, which is amazing to see. And we're going to do a whole other episode going into that and the reasons why and everything. But I thought, let's get you in and talk about SkillELECTRIC. So we've had quite a few people in who have been training and getting ready for SkillELECTRIC, who are finalists and people like that. So we thought we'd get you back in and talk about your experience with it. So obviously you was getting prepped for it, and then it was like a good luck, see you later. So can you tell us how that went?
Yeah, so SkillELECTRIC went really well. The competition itself was really good. I obviously came in here, had some prepping.
Because that's how we found you. We didn't actually have you booked in to come on the show, did we? We saw you outside prepping and bending conduit. We're like, right, let's get you in here and find out what you're doing. So how did you actually get involved in going to SkillELECTRIC?
So my company put me forward to SkillELECTRIC. We've never been involved in it before as a company. So the first step was an online test, and then we went to the heats in Nottingham. There was 3 of us from our company then got involved. We then went on to go through, I went first in that. I think there was 8 of us throughout the whole of the UK that got through. Just
pausing on that though, surely that is quite the compliment, not only for your company to recognise, because you was an apprentice back then, wasn't you?
Yeah.
So to say to you, we recognise you've got some talent, some knowledge, some skill, we think you'd be suitable for this. And then to actually come, what was that, sorry, 8?
So I came first in my heat.
Oh, wow.
Out of, I can't remember how many people. I think that was about 8 people in that. But then there was only 8 finalists to get through. And I think I came like 4th in the whole 8.
That's good going,
from the UK.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was super pleased because we didn't actually understand how big of a organisation it was almost, and didn't realise how it could affect your career and push your name out there. So it's helped me in so many ways.
Yeah.
It really has, yeah.
What was it like actually doing the it's like a test, isn't it? And it's timed, it's under pressure. I mean, what was that like?
So the final was so intense, in a good way, of course, but it was 2 to 3 days, I think. Practical exam. So you had your own little like cubby space, had a drawing with specific measurements on, different cable types, and you basically had all your materials out and you just had to go and make your whole circuit, and then you had to test it, make sure it all worked, and it was a lot of pressure, but a good kind of pressure because it really got you to...
Gets the best out of you. Was it difficult though if you're in booths and you're competing against people around you, is there any kind of thing, oh that's looking really good, I'm getting a bit...
In all honesty, you're that concerned of the time ticking down and your own work that I didn't even look at anyone else's because you're just working so hard yourself. And not just that, obviously you have your 8 booths there, and then you had all your work desks, and then you had like a little corner of just random people coming in from the college and from just different companies, just standing and watching you, and then you had like a live stream of it as well. So the pressure was on, but it was good.
When you said that you didn't realise how much of a big deal it was, I mean, how far can that take you? Because obviously that's given you quite a lot of recognition, not only within your own company that you work for, but also your online presence and things like that. Yeah,
I mean, you can take it as far as you want. You can really throw yourself into it and push companies and say, I've been in the SkillELECTRIC, and especially like the people who win it, and then they go through to even higher opportunities and stuff, which is obviously great. But yeah, you can kind of just take it how you want.
But I mean, even getting to the finals, that looks good on your CV, on your profile. I'm a SkillELECTRIC finalist, and as you say, it's usually people that are, regardless of age, but they're new in the industry. They're apprentice level, aren't they? So that's some going, that is.
I think the main thing for me, it really like boosted my confidence, because all the way through, especially being like a female in the industry, people think, oh, she's probably not that good, or probably employ a boy instead, just because of they think he's going to be better. But that's not the case at all. I mean, I've kind of proven myself to my company and to everyone else around, and said, no, I can actually do it, and that felt pretty good.
And we're doing an episode on women in the trades with yourself as well, so stay tuned for that one. How did you feel about the recognition? Because, I mean, you came into us, you know, just nearly 2 years ago, relatively unknown in your field, and now obviously that's sort of blowing up a bit. Like, how's that felt?
It's felt good. I mean, I met a lot of people through the SkillELECTRIC because we had 2 days down in London training, and then it was like a networking event. And from that I made like so many LinkedIn connections, so many opportunities, and just people then obviously recognise your name, which is always good because everyone wants...
Not daunting though?
Not really. No, because...
It's all good, it's all positive.
Yeah, it's all positive feedback.
What did you have to do to prep for it then? Because obviously we saw you here, you was doing some practicing and stuff, but I mean, what did you have to do? How did you get prepared for that? It
was quite hard to get prepared, because when you're in there, they obviously have a drawing with all your measurements on it and everything, whereas before you go in there, you're not obviously allowed to see that. So you're kind of just guessing what it's going to be. I mean, I practiced a lot of metal conduit, like you saw me here do, because I don't do that in my normal job. Trunking, I brushed up on stuff that I don't really use.
Getting comfortable with the stuff you're uncomfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, I knew we wire like day in, day out. I know that like the back of my hand, but it was more the containment and the trunking and stuff like that I needed to really practice before.
Yeah. Has that given you confidence then to do that? Are you doing more of that now, or still not so much?
Yeah, I mean, my company don't really get involved with stuff like that. We're all new builds, so you don't really have much containment. But yeah, it definitely boosted my confidence on doing it in the future if I ever had to, and especially because in the competition they have such fine measurements, which you probably would never have in the real world. So to actually perfect that much of a...
It's something to take with you though, isn't it? If you ever do come to do that kind of stuff, that's going to be in the back of your mind. They were making me do it millimetre perfect, you know. That's what's expected, isn't it? Yeah,
which was always good.
Yeah. Was there like almost a come down from it? So you've gone down to London, you've done heats and stuff in Nottingham. Quite a glitzy kind of thing, isn't it, to have? Was there almost, once you finished, come back to work a bit like a...
In a way, but then also I got myself a bit, not worked up before, but you have that much pressure on you, like you just really want to do as best as you can. So you put in all this pressure on you to begin with, and then going into the competition, you've then got to perform basically at the best you can. And then after, it's almost like a bit of a relief, because you're like, oh, it's all done. I've done the best I can. I was proud of my product, and that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Yeah. Didn't get itchy feet after thinking, okay, well, what can I do next? Or
no, not really. I then threw myself into the social media side a little bit more, and hopefully that will progress even more. But I'm not any more competitions just yet.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone if they're thinking about perhaps getting into it, or maybe an employer thinking of one of their guys or girls going for it?
I'd say just prepare as much as you can.
Yeah.
Definitely give it a go. It will do wonders for your confidence, for your skills, and like you say, it gets your name out there. But I think to the employer, they need to more research how big of a thing it is, and then you go into it thinking, oh no, I really need to dial in on this and perform the best you can.
Yeah.
Because it is important.
Do you think it is for everyone? Do you think there's maybe like a calibre, a level?
No, I don't think it's for everyone. I mean, I've met a lot of guys on site that probably wouldn't be up for it, but it's how you take your career. If you take your career really seriously and that is what you want to do for the rest of your life, and you want to throw yourself into it, and that's something that's really important to you, then I would say it's definitely for you. But if it's just a job, then I wouldn't suggest going into SkillELECTRIC.
Yeah. Might get found out almost.
Yeah.
So when you was doing that, you was apprentice level. Fast forward to now, 18 months, whatever it is later, you're fully qualified?
Yeah, I've been qualified for about a year now. I know. Felt like forever, especially because we had COVID in the middle of it. That postponed it for about a year, I think.
And that was a challenge in itself for students, because I remember talking to quite a few apprentices, and they were saying they can't get into college, they can't see the staff, and it's a practical job. You need that practical element to learn it. So hats off to you for sticking with it, and everyone else who stuck with it during that time. But now, fully qualified. What's that mean to you now that you've got that ticked off?
So much. It's just so much easier, and like you say, your confidence then boosts up because you're qualified and you're actually doing well. And now I actually look after a little apprentice myself.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's really good, and then putting your skills on someone else and teaching them is really fulfilling as well.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah.
More responsibility, more money, more freedom.
Oh yeah, the money's good.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, everyone goes to work. You know, there's obviously passion and drive and things like that, but we all need to pay the bills. And I always say to people, when you're doing an apprenticeship, it's not going to be great. Your money's not going to be great. But look at the longer term goal, and once you get there, you know, world's your oyster.
Yeah, I think the apprenticeship itself, I mean, I remember going in I was 16, straight out of school, and it was like 6 years, 5 years, sorry, and I thought, 5 years, this is going to go so long. In all fairness, my company, they pay well, even as an apprentice, so we were really grateful for that. And then COVID put it back a year, so then it was 6 years.
Okay.
But that 6 years goes so quick.
Yeah.
So quick. And then your world's your oyster then. You can take that wherever you want to go. You can take it as far as you like. You can get in, especially being an electrician, I mean, there's so many routes you can go down.
Yeah, exactly.
Which will always be available to you, so.
Have you found there's almost different pressures now? So taking sort of SkillELECTRIC out of it, just the pressures of being an apprentice and sort of making sure you're getting all your coursework, all your modules, everything like that. But so now you're qualified, you find that it's a different kind of pressure?
Yeah. So at the minute I was looking after my own site for the company, which that was a lot of pressure because, well, it is a lot of pressure, but then in a good way because you can manage the site, you have to order your materials, kind of plan out your week and all, which I do thrive in an environment like that. I like to be organised. I like everything set out, what I want to do. So that's a big pressure, but I do thrive in that.
It's a learning curve, isn't it? Going from somewhere where everything, not handed to you, but like, here's your materials, here's your job, get on with it. Right now it's your responsibility, you figure it out.
As an apprentice, you obviously have some responsibilities. You still have to be good and do everything that you've been told and taught. But when you're on your own, everything is on you. If there's any mistakes, it's coming back to you.
Have you made any?
A few little ones here and there. But I work for a really, really good company, so they're always on hand to help. And I've got 2 amazing bosses in the office that are literally a phone call away. So
I mean, mistakes, you're never going to stop making them, no matter how experienced or amazing you get. There's always going to be something where you're like, oh, I should know, but it's part of learning.
Yeah, it is.
As long as you can hold your hands up and go, yeah, that was me, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
What advice would you give to someone actually thinking about becoming an electrician?
I'd definitely push anyone to be an electrician. It is a really good career, and like I've said before, it's just the amount of different routes you can go down is just such a bonus, because if you want to go into the office, you can go in the office. If you want to become a teacher, if you just want to do solar, car chargers, new builds, like there's so many routes, which is just incredible because it's not just the same thing every day.
No.
Which that's what I love. It's something different every day, something challenging, something comes about, or a new piece of equipment that you have to learn about, and that's always really exciting.
Get to play with cool tools as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Demi, I want to thank you for coming back and joining us once again on the show. As I said, we have got a couple more episodes featuring yourself, so please look out for them. And as always, with us here at SGTV, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button below, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.